Some forms of manipulation are easy to miss because they do not look dangerous at first. They can look like love, concern, disappointment, or urgency. Here are 12 dark psychology tactics people may use against you and how to recognize and stop them. It often begins with an ordinary meeting and an unusually strong sense of connection. Then come the gifts, praise, attention, and affection, far more than the relationship has had time to earn. They may talk about a shared future almost immediately, as if your bond is already permanent. Part of you feels special, while another part quietly wonders why everything is moving so fast. Messages and declarations arrive constantly, leaving little room to think or breathe. Look at the timeline. Intensity is not the same as intimacy, and trust cannot be rushed. Slow the pace. A healthy person can respect your need for time, space, and boundaries. Stay connected to your own life and to people you trust. Real love does not require you to lose your balance. Gaslighting begins when something clear happens, but the other person refuses to acknowledge it. They may deny what you saw, heard, or experienced, even when the facts seem obvious. The more confidently they deny reality, the more confused you may begin to feel. Soon, you are questioning your own memory instead of questioning their behavior. Repeated often enough, this pattern can slowly weaken your trust in yourself. Ground yourself in facts. Keep dated notes, messages, photographs, or other reliable records. Check your experience with someone trustworthy and create distance from circular arguments. Your perception does not have to be perfect to deserve respect. Trust the pattern you can clearly observe. At first, the relationship may feel warm, safe, and deeply rewarding. Then affection disappears without warning, leaving you searching for an explanation. Just as you begin to lose hope, the warmth suddenly returns. You start waiting anxiously for the next message, apology, or moment of closeness. This unpredictable cycle of warmth and coldness can create a powerful emotional dependency. Do not judge the relationship by its best moments. Look at the repeating pattern. Step off the emotional roller coaster and observe whether care is consistent over time. Choose steadiness over intensity. Healthy connection should not make you chase basic affection. A normal request allows both people to answer freely. But after you say no, a guilt tripper acts deeply hurt, shocked, or disappointed. They turn your boundary into an accusation. If you cared, you would do what they want. Now you are carrying responsibility for their feelings as well as your own decision. They may add old favors and sacrifices until refusal feels almost impossible. Separate compassion from responsibility. You can care about someone without obeying them. Return the guilt calmly. I understand that you are disappointed, but my answer is still no. A boundary can be kind and firm at the same time. Their disappointment does not make your boundary wrong. You raise a specific concern about something they did. First, they deny it, even when the issue is directly in front of both of you. Next, they attack your character, motives, or memory. Finally, they reverse the roles, presenting themselves as the victim and you as the offender. This is DARVO: deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. Notice when the conversation has moved away from the original behavior. Return to one concrete fact. Do not defend yourself against every new accusation. If the circular argument continues, end the conversation. You do not have to remain inside a manufactured reversal. Every relationship has disagreements, and sometimes people genuinely need time to cool down. The silent treatment is different. Silence becomes a wall designed to punish or control. Your attempts to communicate are ignored, and your anxiety begins to rise. You may start pleading for contact, even when you did nothing wrong. Eventually, you surrender your needs simply to make the silence stop. Ask yourself whether this is healthy space or emotional pressure. Offer one clear path back. I am available to talk when we can both communicate respectfully. Then step back. Do not chase, bargain, or abandon your boundaries to earn basic communication. Healthy people address problems directly with the person involved. Triangulation brings a third person into the conversation to create pressure. You may hear comparisons such as, "Everyone agrees with me," or "Why can't you be more like them?" The goal is often to make you insecure and compete for approval. The third person becomes a wedge that increases jealousy, confusion, and dependence. Notice when comparisons are being used like puppet strings. Whenever appropriate, communicate directly with the person being quoted or involved. Refuse the competition. Healthy relationships are built on clarity, not secret alliances and comparisons. You agree on a clear expectation and know what success is supposed to look like. You meet the expectation and reasonably expect your effort to be recognized. But the standard suddenly changes and a new demand appears. You work harder, believing the next achievement will finally be enough. Yet every time you get close, the finish line moves again. Stop running and compare the new demand with the original agreement. Name the change clearly. That was not the standard we agreed on. Document expectations and decide what you will not keep chasing. Your worth is not measured by an endless test. Future faking uses beautiful promises to create trust, hope, or commitment in the present. The vision may include love, travel, marriage, success, or a perfect life together. But while the promises grow larger, little changes in the present. Dates pass, plans are postponed, and you remain waiting. Whenever you question the delay, an even brighter promise replaces real action. Compare their words with their repeated behavior. Are there actual steps or only another story? Bring the conversation back to one small, concrete action that can happen now. Believe consistent action more than dazzling potential. A real future is built in the present. You raise a reasonable concern about behavior that feels secretive or dishonest. Instead of answering, the other person suddenly accuses you of the very same thing. Projection places their unwanted behavior, feelings, or motives onto you. Shocked by the accusation, you begin examining yourself and forget the original concern. More accusations keep you defensive, overwhelmed, and far from the first question. Pause and ask where the accusation came from and whether any evidence supports it. Request specific, observable examples instead of accepting a vague attack on your character. Then return to the original behavior. You do not have to absorb what belongs to someone else. Your friendships and support network help you stay connected, confident, and free. A controlling person may criticize those relationships while appearing protective and concerned. They say they only want what is best for you, while making it harder to reach anyone else. Gradually, your world becomes smaller and isolation begins to feel normal. Concern turns into control when care is used to restrict your movement, relationships, or independence. Notice the contradiction. Genuine care strengthens your world. Control quietly shrinks it. Reconnect with someone you trust and protect access to your phone, money, documents, and transportation. Keep independent support around you. A loving relationship should allow space for other safe relationships. Some decisions are important and deserve careful thought. A manipulator may insist that you must decide immediately or lose the opportunity. The artificial countdown creates panic and narrows your ability to think clearly. Under pressure, you may agree to something you would normally question. They may block every chance to pause, research, or ask for advice. Treat extreme urgency as information. The pressure itself may be part of the tactic. Say, "I do not make important decisions under pressure. I need time to think." Step away, review the facts, and speak with someone you trust. A good decision can survive a reasonable pause. Manipulation works best when you are rushed, isolated, confused, or afraid to disappoint someone. Your strongest protection is not perfect certainty. It is the ability to pause, name the pattern, check the facts, stay connected, and hold a clear boundary. If several of these tactics feel familiar, take your experience seriously and seek support from someone safe.